What's going on, Transformation family? As y'all see, this is a different episode. I'm at the house, man, because this is a episode that's really needed. This is Antonio, and I had the privilege and the honor to know Antonio for 17 years.
Yeah,
That's nuts. That's over. My God, that's crazy. And from knowing this, well, I can't say young man because we both old, but knowing this man right here, it's been an honor and privilege just to be his dad, just to be that positive role model. So Antonio, thank you for coming on. So who's Antonio? Let me ask that question. Let me get into it. You know, so I got it. Well, it's like the fight. Let's go.
For me, like from who I am, number one, child of God.
Okay.
Number two, worshiper.
Okay.
I love worshiping. I love praising God. I'm a teacher.
Okay.
Like I love just teaching in general. It doesn't have to be because I'm a teacher of kids. But I also just love teaching. I love ministering the word of God. Like you talk to me about the word of God. That's who I am.
Okay.
That's what I do. Try to be the best son as I can.
Okay.
Hard worker. Trying to be dedicated to whatever I can be, and everything like that.
True.
And
yeah.
So
okay.
That's basically who I am.
Okay.
Now
teaching. What is teaching? What kind of teaching do you do?
I teach kids in church.
Okay.
So biblical teacher as much as I can be.
Like a Sunday school teacher?
Sunday school teacher for the most part. It's sometimes it's difficult teaching kids, elementary kids, because sometimes their mind extension is just out there, way out there. They want to do something else, and you deal with other kids who sometimes they have special needs and stuff like that. Okay. And so just dealing with it. But I figured that if you can learn how to deal with kids and teach kids, you can teach anybody.
Okay.
Because adults are just bigger kids sometimes.
True.
And so
that is true.
Like if you could teach kids, and I tell this to anybody, you could teach kids, you could teach anybody.
Okay. So with your teaching, I know I observed that you teach praise dance.
Yeah.
This guy right here, like, I don't know. I haven't seen another teacher as a praise dance teacher that you're doing the moves with the kids. Like he pop locking and he's doing the break every chains. You doing every move with the kids and they're following you. It's one thing to teach a kid, but to have them follow you, that's something totally different. And I salute you for that because, like you said, some of them have special needs. And if you don't know, we're part of Victory Outreach. And VO is known for the hood, you know what I mean? Where it's not always good.
Yeah.
Dang, I just rhymed. That was a good one. But okay, Antonio's a teacher. Okay. And you're teaching elementary, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And how long you been doing this?
Oh my goodness.
He lost track.
Lost track of time. Like
that's a long time, ain't it?
Well over maybe 20 years I've been teaching elementary kids. It's just a passion of mine. I just love kids in general.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not love kids? I know some people do, but some people don't.
Some people don't. That's why I was looking at you like
there's some people that don't. And I get it. That's their thing.
Yeah.
But for me, I just love kids in general.
Where did that come from? Because that had to come from somewhere.
I think for the longest time, I was a kid. For the longest time, just growing up, loving superheroes, loving different things, to where just knowing how to relate to kids, how to talk to them.
Okay.
Like and they're not difficult. Most people think, oh, talking to a kid, that's hard. No, it's not. They're people just like you and me. You just got to talk to them like they're kids. Okay. I mean, like they're people. Don't talk to them like, okay, they're babies. They're not babies. They're kids. They're people. And it makes me upset when people, they downplay them. Yeah. Like they talk to them like they're babies and stuff like that. You're talking to an elementary kid like he's a preschooler. They don't like that. Talk to them like they're people. Okay. Because because they're growing into people. They're not growing into babies. They're growing into people. So you're supposed to talk to them like they're people.
That's true.
So
yeah. So with your with the. Okay, so how can I put this? Okay, so you're in church. Was you in church all your life? What?
Yeah, I grew up in the ministry. Okay. Since I was 7 years old, that's a time to where I remember just so being vividly in church to where I told my mom, I said, I know exactly what I want to be when I grow up. She's like, what? I want to be a pastor. Oh yeah, that's something you never hear a kid say. Never. My mom thought she was going to hear me say, be a firefighter or be a police. I told my mom, I said I want to be a pastor. Okay. And so she was just like, oh, that's good. How moms get. Oh, that's good. That's good. You can do anything. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. And so, but I mean that goal, that vision never left me. It's just I'm pandering it to a different audience. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's good to be a pastor, but I want to be a children's pastor.
Well, do you think that you're being that now? Because as I learned from all the years, just like this, right? With this podcast, I'm basically a minister. I'm ministering to hundreds. Yeah. Do you? I think you are operating in that now as a pastor. I mean, truthfully, you're building those memories, and they gonna remember you. And I think certain people get this mixed up that you have to have the title for you to be that. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because you're already doing that, but you're saying it's a teacher. Isn't that what a pastor is? A teacher. Yeah. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Or no?
No, that's exactly what it is.
So you're doing it now without the title. Right. That right there speaks volumes, because so many people in life, not just in church, but in life, period, in careers, they wait to become supervisor, or manager before they become that. Yeah. But you're doing something totally different. You're doing it already. Yeah. Basically, you're the pastor. Does that make sense? Yeah. That's kind of crazy, right?
That's crazy. And I didn't think about it. I really didn't think about it till you said it right now. Like, yeah.
That's what you're doing. Because they're listening to you. They're following you. They're, you know what I mean? Like, they're excited to be with you. They're like, keywords, I keep saying it because they're kids. They're listening to you. I think you're already in that lane, but how can I put this? You're doing it without trying to do it. Does that make sense? Yeah. And I salute you for that, because Antonio, you stepped up when nobody did. I know for watching you and being your dad, us dads, we observe. We watch our kids. You know what I'm talking about? Like, hold on, bro. And I observe how they follow you. Like, I think we was sitting somewhere. Where was we at? I think we was at the church. I know it was at the church, but we was sitting there, and one of the kids came up and just started leaving stuff by you. Mm-hmm. I don't know if do you remember that?
Yeah.
I think it was just this past.
Yeah.
He started putting stuff right next to you, like boom,
right,
and go play,
right,
and then put another thing, boom,
right,
and it was like, why is he putting stuff next to Antonio?
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, what the heck is going on? Because he trusts you with his belongings,
right,
and truthfully, that right there speaks volumes to me as because I'm the guy that like outside looking in, and I see this kid just putting him and his brother, matter of fact, they both put their stuff next to you, even though their parents was in the facility, but they felt comfortable with leaving with teacher Antonio.
Right.
That's Pastor Antonio.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
So from you doing that, I think you're in your calling. And from you being in your calling, you're moving without even trying. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you're moving without even trying, but in you moving without even trying, you don't even know you're doing it because it's second nature.
Yeah.
Like how you just said about the kids and everything else. Like, don't speak to them. They humans.
Yeah.
Like, but because you're a kid too. And let's talk a little bit about that, just a little bit. Why do you say you were a kid too?
Because for the longest time, I had a young mentality.
Okay.
To where I'm growing up, but at the same time, I still have this childlike mentality. I'm collecting toys and stuff like that. I'm still, and there's nothing wrong with watching cartoons. We all watch cartoons.
Hey, I watch. Come on, bro, don't get me mad.
But
Looney Tunes, let's go, baby.
And so, but
Power Rangers.
But no. I had a young mentality.
Okay.
To where it was kind of hard for me to think like an adult.
Okay.
I'm a teenager. I'm 20 years old, but I'm still thinking like a child.
Okay.
And so, it just, as I'm getting older in my age, now I'm stepping into maturity.
Okay.
But I'm still recognizing who these kids are.
Okay.
I'm still recognizing the kind of mindset that they have.
Okay.
Because I had it for a while.
Okay.
I'm diagnosing some of the things that are problems with the kids now. Like if they have special needs, or if they're dealing with learning disabilities and stuff like that, I'm able to identify it because I went through it. I walked through this kind of stuff.
That's heavy. That's deep right there when you say you can relate. The amazing things is from you saying that part right there, but you saying that you can relate. You're saying that some things that some people try to put in the back of their head, like I can't relate to that. But you saying that you can relate, like that's just crazy to me. So okay, dang, I guess we got to stay here. Like, what the heck just happened? Okay. Okay, you have the heart for the children. You have the heart for children's church. You're basically a teacher. You're a part of the worship team, correct? You're a singer, a drummer. What else you do? You do something else. You got like about 20 million hats, Antonio. You would
remember.
You was a youth leader.
For a little bit.
Yeah, you was youth leader. But in all that, do you think that's who you are, or is it who other people want you to be? Does that make sense?
No, that makes perfect sense. I think these things that I've done in my past and stuff like that made me to who I am now.
Okay.
Me being a worshiper and stuff like that. Like I said, I like to worship. Being a worship team is not just about singing; it's about worshiping.
Okay.
And so now I get to worship with the kids.
Okay. Wow.
And a lot of times
heavy.
These are kids that are like worshiping.
That's heavy.
And so I get to worship with them.
What the Bible says: train up a child of which way he or she should go,
and they will not depart from it.
When they get older, they will not depart.
And so these are kids that are learning how to worship.
Yeah.
Like they're full-fledged, hands lifted, eyes closed, worshiping on their knees, worshiping.
On their knees?
I've seen, these little kids at the altar.
How old?
We're talking about maybe 4 or 5 years old.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Like these kids, they're on their knees and they're worshiping God because of what they see. They see either their teachers do it or they see their parents do it, or they want to be like their parents or like their teachers.
That's crazy though.
And so now they're imitating.
Okay.
And so that's where, we train up a child, because it takes a village to raise a child.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just one person's responsibility to raise that child. It's not just the parents. It's the teachers. Mm-hmm, it's the people that you put into their life to raise that child. Mm-hmm. So that way, because we're responsible for their upbringing. Mm-hmm. When they become who they're going to be, whether it's a teacher themselves or it's a police, it's what we teach them. Mm-hmm. It's what we instill in them.
That is true. That is true.
These are life lessons that they take into their personal life, so that way they can be better people.
That is true. That right there, man, that's because it's amazing that you say that, because one of the kids that I had the privilege of teaching, he's currently he passed away. Mm-hmm. And he's he was young, but in the process of training him, every time I used to see him, and we can talk about it truthfully, this is transform. This is mental health, and self-care. And when I used to see him out in the streets, because I'm from, I represent the town all day, you know what I mean? That thing said Oakland, California. But when I used to see him out there, because he backslid, he went out and started doing this thing, but he always had that reverence for me, if that makes sense. Yeah. He always had that respect, because I earned his respect, and I think that's what you're doing with the kids. You're earning their respect. That's why I'm not gonna say the kid's name, but I'm gonna say this: that you earn his enough. Both of the brothers respect that they respect you enough that you're not gonna take their stuff or use their stuff or eat their candy, or you know what I'm talking about? Like, and do you believe in the saying, was it respect is earned, not respect is earned, not given. So you earn their respect.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some kids and some adults, I think that's where people get it mixed up. No, you got to earn my respect.
Right.
I'm not going to give you respect because of who you are and how much money you have.
Yeah.
Or I don't really care.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, people get, do you think that people get that like misled? Like, that's a mistake that a lot of people think.
Well, I think that's where kids and adults, they vary in theology.
Okay, go ahead.
If I'm saying that right.
I don't know. That sounds good, though.
That's where they're different.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
Because for a kid, they don't need to earn your respect. They want to give the respect to anybody that they want to. Mm-hmm. They just want to keep giving the respect because they love people. Mm-hmm. Like the kids that are in my class, they generally want to love people.
And you have how many kids in your class?
Well, I got like 10, maybe 15.
Like, bro, that's a lot. What are you talking about, bro? You 10 or 15? Bro, are you truly? Are you tripping? Well, that's a lot. Boy, I have a boy.
It is a lot, but I mean, these kids, they generally want to They really want to love people.
Okay.
And so having them give respect is not hard. Mm-hmm. You just got to show, number one, that they're real. Because kids can sniff out anything that's fake.
Off top.
Off top. They sniff out more things that are fake than adults do.
Yeah.
And so they'll tell you if you're not real or you're not being real with them. Number two, they wanna just you to teach them something. I can't tell you how many times I go into the class and they'll be like, "Is it time for the lesson yet?"
Oh, really?
Yes. Oh, can we have our lesson now?
Not.
Can we have snack?
That's what I'm talking about.
Can we have snack?
I was gonna say it, but you had to say it. You the teacher.
Every once in a while they do that, but most of the time they're like, "Okay, we have our lesson now."
Why do you think that's act stuff?
Because of the way I present it to them. I'm not just reading the Bible to them. I'm acting it out. I'm making it come alive. I'm making it real to them.
Okay, this is a good one. This is a good one.
So for me,
this is a good one.
So me, I'm not just, okay, it says in the word, no. I mean, that's good. You know, if you want to do that, it's good if you want them to read the Bible, but you want for them to come alive to them too.
Okay.
So when I'm telling a story, I'm making it loud. I'm making it live. I'm pulling them into the story. So that way, and it makes them think.
Okay.
And then I'll test them on it. Okay, what was this? What do you think Jesus said when he mentioned this? Or what do you think Jesus meant when he did this?
This is better.
Like, this is, you know, this is where I'm trying to bring them to, and it makes them think, well, okay, hold on. You know, or Jesus said this.
An imagination.
An imagination kind of thing.
Okay. So from you saying it in imagination type of realm, I know a lot of what you call it? How can I put this? A lot of mistake that we do as males, as human beings, we stop entertaining the inner kid in us. If that makes sense. Like me, I play video games. Hey, PS5 all day, baby. What's happening? But that's the inner me. That's the inner kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I used to play sports, I don't play sports no more. I'm retired. Real little. I'm retired with that plate in my foot. But do you think that these kids bring out the inner kid in you?
Oh, I know that they do.
Okay.
I know that they do.
Okay.
And with that, I can probably relate more because a lot of times I just kind of want to just play with them. You know, and there's times where, okay, let's use our imagination. Where are we going this time? And they're giving me storylines. Okay, this is Princess so-and-so, this is Prince this, and
wow.
Yeah, no. And the thing about it is, it's beautiful when you have a kid bring out their own imagination.
That's heavy.
Because you're teaching them how to create.
That's heavy. That's a good one. Boy, good. That boy good right there, boy. Okay.
You're teaching them how to create.
So do they come, can I ask you this? Do they come with something fresh every time, or you have to remind them?
Sometimes I have to remind them.
Okay.
Other times they have something fresh.
Okay.
Depends on the kid themselves.
Okay.
Most of my kids, they love to draw.
Okay.
They're artists. They're really good at drawing.
That's crazy.
Like, they're drawing Sonic the Hedgehog and Super Mario.
That you able to. Wait, how old are these kids again?
These kids are 7, 8, 9 years old.
So you got 7 to 9.
Yeah.
Okay, 7 to 9 year olds, and they are actually, because even though I'm in my 40s, I still draw stick figures. You feel what I'm saying? Big head.
Yeah.
Line here, line there, line there, line there.
Right.
Feet and the hands.
Right.
But they're drawing Sonic the Hedgehog.
They're drawing Sonic the Hedgehog. They're drawing Super Mario. They're drawing.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. They're drawing Marvel characters like the Fantastic Four, the Thing, the Human Torch, and I'm just like, okay. Yeah, it's a good.
That's crazy.
And they're not stick figures. They're not just like, this is so and so flyer. No,
not tracers.
They're not tracers.
Because I used to trace. I ain't gonna lie, I used to trace, bro.
No,
I used to have that clear. Right. I think it was white paper, but you can see through it. So I just put over a little piece of a little magazine, and I trace it.
How we learned how to start drawing is how we started tracing. Like, that's how I started learning how to draw. Is tracing. No, these kids are not tracing. Like, I had one kid draw me the thing from the Fantastic Four, colored it in and everything, made the lines with the rock swirl and everything like that. He put the details, the four and the trunks, and okay. But these kids, they love to draw. They love to just sing. They love to dance. Yeah. Like they're looking for purpose in their life. Some of them they're looking just to get away from their families. Because, and it's crazy because when they give their prayer requests, a lot of them are from their parents. My dad's dealing with this. He has anger issues, or he's not in my life right now. I want to pray for him. I had one person pray for their mom, who is a prostitute in San Francisco. She told me herself, my mom is a prostitute in San Francisco. What? Praying for their mom.
Wait a second. These kids are saying
yes.
Wait a second. A kid said, I have a prayer request. My mom is a prostitute in the city.
Yes. 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kids praying for their parents because their parents are dealing with real world issues.
Jesus.
It's not being hidden from them. It's not being hidden from them inside the household. It's being exposed.
Yes. That's heavy, bro. That I'm blown away that these kids, and that's what I said about trust, because these kids trust you enough to be vulnerable and say, yeah, my mom is a prostitute.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
In the city.
Right.
Like, my mom selling her body in the city.
Right.
Can you pray for her?
Right.
Like,
yeah, my mom's strung out on drugs, or my mom's on alcohol. My mom, like, this is real world issues. This is real world issues that we deal with as adults.
Yeah, but these kids,
they're kids.
But here's the thing: we deal with it, but we put certain things in the back, and tuck it away. Like, you don't tell nobody this. But they're coming to you and saying, man, I'm speechless. And this podcast, this tonight, truthfully, we had dinner, but this podcast tonight is man, this is crazy. This is a father and a son time. You know what I mean? Like, we really had that. This stuff is coming out. I don't know nothing about. That's blowing me away. But tonight episode is on of us having a sit down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I really haven't had a sit down with you. I talk to you every so often, text you, but really hear the stuff that, as you being a teacher, that's what you are. Yeah. I don't care what you say. You're a teacher. That's who you are. You're a teacher and you're a pastor. That's what you are. Period. That's what pastors is. So basically, just take the role. Be blessed. No, but that's why I wanted to do this episode with you. I wanted to do this episode with you because this type of things with this transform with the mental health and people don't know that your kids know more than you, that you think you you think you hiding it from them.
Yeah.
But they see it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Right. They know it. They hear it. And you just like I can't even get that out of my head, bro. Like how they say prayer requests, and it probably is more than that. Like certain things that's coming out.
Right.
I'm not even gonna say our church, because that's crazy. Yeah. You got to keep that low, bro. Right. You don't say that place,
right?
But it's crazy that just these kids, bro. You think they miss that? You think they like you sneak in at night, you drinking? You know what I'm talking about? Like you all drunk. They go to church the next day and say, "Pray for my dad. He have a hangover."
Yeah. Yeah.
Or pray for my dad. He just went out and got high.
Right.
Like pray for my mom and dad. They just argue and somebody said divorce.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
you can't hide anything from these kids. These kids are seeing it all. They see every little detail. No matter you're trying to be quiet, trying to keep it under wraps, nothing. They hear everything. They see everything.
That's crazy.
That's why you got to be careful. Don't do it outside the eyesight of the kid, or
because they go down the street around the corner to another city.
Right. Right. No, that's exactly what it is. Because the thing about it is, they see everything. More things are caught than taught.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They pick up everything. They soak up things like sponges.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like there's nothing done in the dark.
So this is my question to you, Antonio. So do you see yourself, how can I put this? Do you see yourself as making an impact to the next generation? How?
I definitely am trying.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm definitely trying. Number one, by teaching them the word of God and trying to teach them how to be better people.
Okay.
Number one is prayer answers everything.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm teaching them that you can pray and keep praying until something happens, until something breaks, and then thank God for it.
So what do you do with the kid that come to you and say, I hear you, Teacher Antonio, but I haven't seen the answer?
All I have to do is just keep telling them, just keep praying and thanking God for what you want.
Okay.
Because God is faithful.
Okay.
God is able.
So are you telling them because you experienced it, or are you telling them because of what the word says?
No, I've experienced it firsthand.
Okay, go ahead.
I've experienced firsthand of just prayer being answered.
Okay.
I have a plethora of stories to tell you that prayer answered.
Yeah, we will have another episode.
Right.
Believe me. Let's not go there.
Yeah, no. But I mean, that's the best thing.
We'll be here for 3 hours if we go into there. Go ahead.
No, but I mean, that's the best thing I could tell these kids is that prayer answers everything. I'm a living testimony of prayer.
The reason why I asked that, because people. And I meet people all the time, and I meet religious folks, and I meet relationship folks. The religious folks is the ones that say, "Praise the Lord, amen. God is good all the time."
Right.
But then I meet those relationship folks that saying, "You know what? I know He's good because of what He done for me."
Right.
Like me, like I explained to my previous episode. That from me getting hit in the face with a Remy bottle, I died. I lost so much blood. I died for 10 minutes. Excuse me. And from me passing away for 10 minutes, I had the outer body experience.
Yeah.
And I know God told me, I don't care what nobody say. I don't care who, if you don't believe in God, something's wrong with you. Because I know, I heard and I felt, I had that outer body experience. And I had that time of Him saying, not yet. You get what I'm saying? I know I should not be here. And having that outer body experience, that's why I asked you that question, because of the simple fact is some people in the world, I don't hate those type of people, but when you're religious and you're not relationship, then that's when the disconnection comes in.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the relationship.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I had that outer body experience. I know sometimes I should be like, I got hit in the back of the head with the shotgun. You get what I'm saying? The gun didn't go off. I got situations in my life that I know got that angel. The angel put a muzzle on that shotgun. You know what I'm talking about? Shotguns go off, bow, no hesitation.
Right.
Remember, we used to do shotgun play.
Yeah.
And it goes off of no hesitations. But that's why I asked you that, because sometimes kids, they get certain, how can I put this? Sometimes, and I've seen this, not just in kids, but in adults, they put certain masks on.
Yeah.
Remember that old school movie Face Off?
Yeah.
Was it Nicolas Cage and
John Travolta?
John Travolta.
Yeah.
Remember wow, that's crazy. I just thought about this. Remember when Nicolas Cage became John Travolta, right? Because Nicolas Cage was the bad guy.
Yeah.
So remember he had to say, he had to speak like him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got the face.
He got the face.
He got his face. It was Face Off. Remember old school Face Off?
Right.
And then you had to put the face on, and he had to speak those words like him, and they had to, okay, keep saying it.
Right.
And it,
yeah.
Like, I think it was, pass me the cup, or some type of cup.
Something like that.
It was some kind of cup thing.
Yeah.
And that's like what people do in life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
People in life, they put a certain mask on, but when they come home, they are a totally different animal.
Right.
I know when me growing up, I used to deal with that all the time from my growing up stage, because my dad, he died when I was 6, and I had to be Dino out there, and Derek in the house.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I had to be Dino.
Yeah.
But when the street light came on, hello.
Yeah.
I'm Derek.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I was living 2 different worlds.
It's an alter ego.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And from me living those 2 different worlds, I think I became that out there more. I became Dino more.
Yeah.
I took on, I think I talked about it before, that when we have those nicknames, we put life to that nickname.
Right.
Just like Nicolas Cage, he put life to John Travolta.
Yeah.
Remember he had sex with the wife.
Yeah.
He did it all. He took everything over that life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he became that person.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He became his enemy.
Yeah.
But John Travolta, he wanted to kill.
Yeah.
Remember? You know what I'm talking about? He was like a cop.
Yeah.
Dang, I remember that movie.
Yeah.
Watch that movie. That's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
I think I need to watch it again.
Yeah.
But in life, that's why this thing is very, very needed. Like tonight is very needed, because I know for me, as being your dad, I have to learn. And I thank you for your patience, because 17 years, I know the first 5 years was hell, because I was learning. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Right. I didn't have no model of being a dad. Yeah. Nobody modeled it to me. I had a foster dad who gave me up.
Yeah.
My dad, my biological dad, died when I was 6. Right. I had spiritual dads. They gave me up.
Yeah.
But I never had a model. You feel what I'm saying? Right. I had to learn as I go. I think my only not in physical. I'm talking about physical model. But I had the TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? I had Bill Crosby.
Right, the TV dads.
The TV dads. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? I had what is that called? Growing Pains.
Yeah.
I had the Facts of Life. Facts of Life. Family Times.
Okay.
Remember Mike, what's his name? Dang it. What is
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox. Yes. There it is. Michael J. Fox. Right. Like I had those that Family Matters.
Yeah.
But I never had a physical dad.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I thank you for your patience with me and really take me in and embracing that to me because truthfully you didn't have to, and I thank you for that because by you embracing it you helped me change. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You even still I'm not saying I arrived, but I'm saying to you is you're helping me in this process.
Yeah.
Because sometimes us humans, not just men, but humans, period, we don't understand there's a process in things.
Yeah.
Just like with you and teaching. Your first day, I bet you was nervous and wrecked. Right?
To say the least. When you step in front of kids who can tear you apart with just single word.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's difficult when you sit there when you first get there because you don't know what to do. It's like the movie Talladega Nights. I just don't know what to do with my hands. Like you don't know what to do. You're just sitting there.
Man, why are we doing a movie? We're doing a movie. What are we doing right now?
But I mean, that's the whole thing about it. It's just you're there and you're nervous.
Yeah.
And it's just like you learn as you go.
Yeah.
Like you learn what works, what doesn't work. Yeah. Okay, I can say this, but I can't say that. I can do this, but I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like it's a learn as you go. And with you, it was a process. It was a process. And it came a lot of understanding. It came a lot of just learning each other.
Keep going.
And see, that's the thing about it, is it's when you start learning other people.
Yes.
You start learning their ways, their habits when they do things. Okay, when they say things, they don't really mean it that way. But it comes around. So where you start learning, you understand that person, then all of a sudden there comes a love.
Yeah.
Because then, I'm learning how to love this person where he's at.
That's good. I think that's a lot of lack. I think somebody said, they said, and I'm gonna say it this time. I was kind of stubborn. That your organs, your general organs, don't make you a man.
Yeah.
But because a dog can have the same organs, they can make babies.
Yeah.
They're males.
Yeah.
That just make you a male.
Yeah.
What make you a man if you take the challenges. Just like you, Antonio, and I give you credit on this because I watch you take on challenges with your siblings, with your mom. I watch you take on challenges with your grandma. I watch you take on these I watched you take on challenges that made you a man. You get what I'm saying? I listened to I'm sorry, I did. I listened to New Edition.
Okay.
Boyz II Men.
Okay.
Well, I didn't know, bro. There's a lot of stuff that what Johnny Gill said. Man, look here.
Yeah.
Boyz II Men. Yeah. But get back to the thing at hand. With us as humans, we think, and I see people like this all the time, that our age make us men or make us grown.
Yeah.
The age doesn't make you grown.
No, not at all.
Like when you turn 21 as a man in people's eyes, when you turn 21, you're a man.
Right.
Or a female, I don't know if it still is. Females 18.
Yeah.
They become women.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I believe because I know some people that's my age, they still kids.
Right.
Mentally.
Right.
Because they don't take responsibility of their actions. You get what I'm saying? They don't take responsibility of, you know what, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That word is like absolute now.
Yeah.
Like people don't say, man, you know what, my bad.
Yeah.
They say, man, what the heck, bro? Yeah. They don't say my bad.
Yeah.
And it's their fault.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, or the people that stay away from what you call it? The trauma. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The things that happen in their life. Like me, I had a trauma moment. I couldn't read. You know what I'm saying? I read backwards. I used to get slapped in the back of my head. I used to be called dumb, retarded, stupid, every name in the book. I had I was disowned by my mom. My mom gave me up when I was 16. So all this trauma I had.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And from me taking control of why did your mom give you up?
Yeah.
I had to go back that way. You feel what I'm saying? My mom gave me up at 16, and I always used to say, it's her fault.
Yeah.
It's her fault.
Yeah.
It's this fault.
Yeah.
We always, I don't know about you, but we all, as humans, we point the finger.
Right.
Hey, it's that person's fault. Right. Man, he made me hit him.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
He made me do that.
Yeah.
Man, no.
Yeah. It's so easy to pass the buck because it's never our fault. We don't want to take responsibility because we're always afraid of getting in trouble, being said something to, or being chastised. So it's easy. It's his fault, her fault, their fault. You know, it's so easy to pass the buck to where, okay, this is the reason why I'm like this because this person treated me like this. And so now it's their fault. Deal with them, not with me.
I kind of like what somebody said. I don't remember who said it. They said, when you point the finger, like me pointing the finger, there's 3 fingers pointing back at you.
Right.
It's that person's fault.
Right.
There's 3 fingers pointing back at you. Are you going to take responsibility?
Right.
Or are you going to overlook the situation?
Yeah.
Because that situation can be your milestone in your life that can take you somewhere. Like me, I can speak for myself that from me taking the milestone of being your dad, like that was a stone because I didn't know what to do.
Right.
I'm like, okay. Is there a book for this?
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
no, that's exactly what it is.
You get what I'm saying? Even though you're not my biological, but I still took it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Right. That's from me being that and taking on the responsibility and I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I didn't know the trauma, the when I did take it, it was like I was growing up like you.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like while you was growing up or while you was at this level, I was growing to that level. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Because I took yes, and I was like, yeah, it's my son right there, man. Whoa. But I didn't know what I was saying yes to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Like, hold on, bro.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
You got to grow up.
Yeah.
What do you mean I got to grow up?
Yeah.
No, you got to grow up now.
Right.
What you mean I got to grow up now?
Yeah. We don't ever read the fine print.
Fine print of life.
Yes.
Or fine print of being an adult.
Right.
Of being a man.
Right.
That's what I said earlier about being a man.
Right.
You know, tomorrow you got to take. I know for me, I'm still growing.
Yeah.
I said it like this: under construction.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it too.
I'm under construction.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm not saying the building's up.
Right.
I'm full man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I got this all set. No, I'm under construction because under construction, it's always time for it can be tore down and rebuilt.
Right.
Or torn down half.
Right.
Oh, the blueprint is off. So we got to cut that part off.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't meet the qualifications.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
or even adding an additional to what you're building.
Yes.
Because we always have room to grow.
Yes.
We always have room to change. We always have room to just emerge from what we were. I like when you said it's a caterpillar phase. You go into the cocoon, you're a caterpillar.
Here we go.
You become a butterfly.
Oh, here we go. Go ahead.
But see, the thing about it is, it's just like when you become that, you go from a caterpillar to a butterfly, the metamorphosis sometimes hurt. And sometimes it changes you to where we don't recognize ourselves. God's trying to change what's there into something else. And so it hurts because he has to chisel it out, or he has to break down a wall, or he has to take out a sink. And remember, he is the potter. We're just the clay. So he can break us down to just rebuild us. And it hurts because you don't need this. You don't need that. You don't need this anger. You don't need this pride. You don't need this. And so he's building you up to be a better person, a better version of yourself. But at different times, he puts you through different trials and tribulations to do that, to grow you.
I don't think he does it. I think he allows it.
He allows it. That's good. That's good.
I really don't think that God does it. He just allow it. He allow you because you have a free will. It's not your will be taken, but if the lights don't know, okay, I can still see it. But I think in life in general, just period, not just in church, but in life, period, you have what you call growing pains. Like when I was a kid, like when I get bigger, at the time when I was like 4 foot, whatever, I had growing pains. It hurted.
Yeah.
Because I got to grow. I didn't have no choice to get out of my feet growing, my arms growing, my legs growing. And I think he allowed you to grow. But you have, I like how I just thought of something. You have to grow to go. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I just heard that in my head. You got to grow to go. You got to grow. You got to grow up.
Yeah.
To become a man.
Yeah.
You got to grow. You got to be able to allow yourself vulnerability to grow.
Right.
Like I know from me being as in school, I was scared to raise my hand. I don't know about you. I was raising my hand. I don't know everything, man.
Right.
I don't know nothing.
Right. No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
I want to ask,
right,
but I don't want to look stupid.
Exactly. That's where I was when I was going through school. I didn't want to raise my hand because you don't want to be that kid who didn't get it.
Yeah. Or be that kid that went from popular, because I was popular. I was a class clown. I used to cap on folks. I used to do some crazy things in school. And I want to pretend like that I know it, but I don't know it. Just like, I think it's a lot of people that want to pretend like they something when they're nothing.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by face on, face off. We get back to that.
Yeah.
Because people feel if I put this facade on, or I put this face on, I'm hiding the real me.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know who the real me is.
Oh, that's deep.
You get what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm going to put this on because I don't even know.
Right.
So when just like what Face Off, dang, that's a good movie, bro. That's deep.
Yeah.
So on Face Off, remember when both of them, after they changed faces, they looked in the mirror, was like, no.
Yeah.
You asked for this.
Yeah.
And you're screaming no?
Right.
Because this face, now you're seeing who you're becoming.
Right.
Because they had to become their enemy.
Right. It wasn't just a simple, okay, I put the mask on, I take the mask off. No, you had to live that life. You had to walk the shoes. You had to walk the mile. And both of them didn't like who their rivals were.
I think for me, by me being homeless and everything else, like I tried to commit suicide 3 times. I marked my arm up because I didn't care about myself.
Yeah.
Because I felt if this lady don't care about me because she gave me up.
Yeah.
And this guy died when I was 6, so I don't even know if he cared about me.
Right.
And from her giving me up, I'm like, why I need to live?
Right. Yeah.
Because nobody cares.
Right.
But in Christianity, you're taught, for God so loved the world, John 3:16.
Right.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son.
Yeah.
So you learn in Christianity that God loves you, but what about you loving yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
you know what I'm saying?
That's always a difficult person, because for a long time I didn't like myself. I didn't love myself. I always thought because of I was less than, and I was treated so badly growing up that I deserved a certain type of lifestyle, that I was looked at as last. So I don't deserve to, the best things in life. I really didn't love myself to the fact of, okay, well, I deserve to be with this woman, someone that had issues, someone that didn't love herself, that, and this is what I thought I deserved. Until until God showed me you deserve the best things in life.
Yeah.
Like at one time I didn't even like the way I looked.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and God showed me that you're made in my image.
Yes.
If we're made in His image, He's not a bad looking person.
He better not be.
Like, He's beautiful.
Yeah.
Let the Bible tell it. He's beautiful.
Yeah.
So if we're made in His image, we're beautiful people too.
But do you think does it start from being, this is a deep one. This is a good one, right? I don't know what's going on right now. This is all him, not me. Is it beauty? Which one's first? The beauty from the in, then the out, or from the out, then the in?
It has to start from the inside.
Okay, go ahead.
You have to love yourself inside out.
Okay.
Because when you start loving yourself inwardly, you start noticing the things outwardly.
Okay. So what in case the people is doing the opposite?
Then you're always going to find flaws. You're always going to look for flaws inside the outward appearance. Oh, well, my eyes, one is bigger than the other, or my nose is off, or my lips are too big. Like, you're always going to find something wrong with you if you're always looking from the outside in.
Okay.
It always starts from the inside out.
Okay, go ahead.
Because if you don't, it's like the ugly duckling syndrome. Because the ugly duckling saw himself as not being attractive because I don't look like the other ducklings. When really the duckling was a swan.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
And so when the swan finally found out that I'm not a duck, I'm a swan. I'm more beautiful than what I thought I was. It internalizes, because now you're more beautiful than what you thought. You just have a rough image of yourself.
So we're going to end here. What I got to ask you, what would you say to that person that doesn't love themselves? From it, like you said, it's from the inside out, correct? Not the outside in. So what type of advice as a son, the floor is yours, as a son, what type of advice you would get to a daughter or a son who don't love themselves? You know what I mean? The ones that cut their wrists, the ones that don't have low self-esteem to themselves. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What is words from a son would you give them?
Well, first thing I would have to say is that
you can look at the camera.
Okay.
you got permission now.
First thing I have to say is that Jesus loves you immensely. That he died on the cross for you.
Mm-hmm.
That if you're looking for someone to love you, he's the first person that will love you no matter what you've done, no matter the past that you've had or the things that you've been through or stuff like that, or just your upbringing. He loves you no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be the first person that's going to love you.
Okay.
So with that being said, you can love yourself. Just look at the little things that you like about yourself. Your personality. You have a great personality. Your smile or the way you talk to people. Because there's something about you that is pleasant. Not all of it is bad in your eyes. You have to find that tiny grain of mustard seed that you like about yourself and expand on that. It can't be all bad. Just look for that little grain. And as it grows, you grow.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the main thing is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I had to learn to do, was look for that little thing that I liked about myself.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way I talk to people. I like the way I interact with people. I like the way, I like the way I enunciate my words, or I like the way I smile, or I like the way my eyes look. And it started growing and growing and growing and growing to where I started having to change. If I didn't like something about myself, like I lost a lot of weight because I didn't like what I looked like in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to lose weight because, number one, it's healthy. I got to love myself to be healthy enough to take care of myself. So that way, when when that happens, when I'm trying to attract another person to like me, if I don't like me, how can I attract another person to like me?
That's good.
So for those people who, you struggle with self-image and stuff like that, number one, look to God. God has the best image for you. So,
okay. Yeah. Thank you again, son. I appreciate it. I love you. Because I think this one is a good one, man. I'm just saying. Thank you guys for subscribing, man. I appreciate y'all for subscribing. I thank y'all for all y'all views and y'all comments. I'm blown away because of the simple fact that you guys got your boy back. I keep saying that it's true. Y'all got my back on this, man. And I feel it, and I feel the love, I feel the support, and we got to keep it going, man. You know what I mean? And I thank y'all again, man. Transform. We out.